All right.
All right. Well, Eric, welcome. um, for today's meditation coaching session, why don't we get started with some heart breaths and let's just get comfortable where we are. So if you're ready, feel free to close your eyes and just get comfortable in your chair. Just feeling the chair supporting you, feeling the ground on your feet supporting you. Just let your body relax a bit. We're going to take 3 deep breaths. And when we inhale, just allow your body to expand. And when we exhale, just allow your body to contract. Take our first breath. We'll inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. Okay. So Eric, talk to me. What's been happening for you? What's been present for you this past week?
Well, it's quite interesting. On Wednesday, this last Wednesday? No, the Wednesday before that. I had my coaching session with Surah, and it was interesting because throughout the meditation, it was about coffee, but it really wasn't about coffee. It's a lot deeper than that because you're using a stimulant every day to kind of get yourself to move towards whatever it is that you want. And I told Surah, it's like, yeah, I feel it in my chest, and literally 2 days later, I was in my house and, I was working on the meditation, whatever. And I already stopped taking coffee or, any of the stimulants. And I started to feel a little bit of chest pain, but I thought it was like reflux. So I took some Pepto-Bismol and I took some Tylenol. And what ended up happening is like after like I submitted my meditation, like after like an hour, my chest pain started to get more severe. And so I ended up just like going out and sitting on the patio because I need to like relax because my chest was hurting and I couldn't really breathe. I was doing like short breaths, like my chest was hurting. And my spouse comes out and she said, "Oh, Eric, come and lay down in bed. Maybe you need to put your feet up, everything like that." So I lay down in the bed and it literally goes on for literally maybe like another like 40 minutes. And I just couldn't take it anymore. I was getting exhausted. I was trying to meditate and do all these things. And I ended up going to the hospital and they said I had pericarditis, which is inflammation of the heart. So my heart swelled up. And so, which caught me off guard. And the doctor's like, well, he says, you're young, you're 36, you're really good shape. He says, most likely it's probably viral or something like that, bacteria that could affect your heart. I was like, I never heard of that. You get a virus or bacteria affects your heart. But it could be a lot more things, as I was thinking about that. And when all this was happening, and you're going through this pain, it reminded me of Ram Dass because I was watching an episode on Gaia. So this is all like synchronistic, Surah, I'm watching Gaia. And in it, he was talking about how bliss happens in suffering. Like when you suffer, sometimes it opens up your mind. And I experienced that because it wasn't just like, ow, it hurt pain. The pain lasted for like hours. I was in the hospital. I was still feeling it. They gave me tramadol and painkillers, but it didn't really work that much. What really worked was the anti-inflammatories. After that, I started feeling a lot better, but it was like feeling pain for hours. And so I experienced that kind of like bliss. And the coolest thing about it was that I was okay. Like I was thinking to myself, it happened for a second. I was like, if I die, it's okay. It's not that bad. It's not all that bad. So I thought that was like a beautiful thing. That and that happened that last week. And it kind of like changed my mind about a lot of things that have been happening and a lot of like pressures I've been putting on myself. And I was talking with Surah this week, via email. Her and I have been going back and forth since the program started, like every other week, just chit chatting. And she was just telling me that, or I came and realized that, the way I respond to life is the way life responds to me. Right. So I've always done things like, if you want a cannonball, like people like to tiptoe into the cold pool. I cannonball in.
Hmm.
You've seen those people like, ooh, cold, and they kind of slowly creep in.
Right.
I'm the guy who cannonballs into the pool.
Right.
Right. And it makes total sense how the universe wants to respond to me about taking an action.
Hmm.
And this action, it responded to me by like throwing me in a hospital with swelling heart. Right. And it's like, Eric, that's the only way you respond. You respond by like, huge, drastic measures, pull that Band-Aid off.
Right.
And so it has me thinking that. And I'm just curious, to revert back to what we're going to be talking about in this coaching session, about this message that the universe is trying to send, and I've been reading a book on synchronicities.
Mm-hmm.
It's by Dr. Kirby Surprise, and it's called Synchronicities.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Because I had no clue what synchronicities were about. I thought it was like matching license plate numbers. Like, oh, okay, look, 1111. That means, I'm gonna get lucky today. I should go play the lotto. That's what I was thinking.
Right.
That synchronicities were. Apparently, totally not the case. And
Right.
so I'm seeing all these synchronicities now. With the coaching session with Sura, I told it was in my heart. 2 days later, I had a pericarditis. And all that, before that, I was watching an episode on Gaia, Ram Dass talking about suffering in bliss. And then I quit coffee all around the same time, and coffee's not good for your heart, when you do it in the dosages I was doing in it.
Hmm.
And all this was like all happening all at once. And then we're doing our coaching sessions, and I'm starting to discover about like this creativity stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering if it's all connected. So I guess my question is like, I'm trying to figure it out is, why is all this connected? What is it about? Or does it even matter?
Right.
Doesn't matter. I don't know.
Wow. Well, I mean, so what I'm hearing from you is you recently had, I apologize, I can't pronounce it. We had pericarditis, and it was basically inflammation of the heart. Okay.
Yeah.
You were experiencing a lot of chest pains. You actually went to the doctor. It wasn't until they gave you anti-inflammatories you started feeling a little bit better, and you started to notice and kind of have your own understanding of synchronicities from watching Ram Dass, from reading this book called Synchronicity, your experience that you had with the coaching session with Sura, giving up coffee. So a lot of different moments and different stimulants happening at once. And now you're at a place where you have questions about the meaning of synchronicity, the meaning of creativity.
Yeah.
Did I hear you right?
Yeah, exactly.
So if I were to ask you, what do you think is the message that you've received after having this experience?
I think one of the messages I received is, and I think I've been thinking about this a lot, is that kind of like the universe mirrors you. And I remember you talking about that in one of your responses in one of the classes. You were talking about how kind of like we mirror each other or something like that. I remember you saying something like that. And I was thinking about that that kind of things happen, and it kind of like mirrors those kind of actions. Like the universe responded because that's the only way I know how to respond is by drastic action. And that also what I'm also receiving is that I had everything pent up. And I told Sura I felt it in my chest, and the universe is like, okay, you feel in your chest, we're gonna give it to you, right? We're gonna give it to you. And it gave it to me. And so I was like, wow, that's kind of, and I started looking up like heart chakra stuff. And one guy said that pericarditis is like a reflection of like pressure you put on yourself, like wanting to succeed, wanting to move forward, and also like not opening up to people, like just kind of staying closed. And he was saying that you experience heart problems if you have these. And that's like a symptom of those things, just not being open or putting a lot of pressure on yourself to succeed. And it makes sense why, I took the coffee. It's connected. Like I took the coffee to push, but then the coffee also affects your heart. But then the pushing also affects your heart, right? And all these things are kind of like all connected, all into one, you know. And so I think that's what I've been noticing, and I think that's what, like, I guess I'm supposed to be like receiving, that it's not just like one thing, like coffee. Coffee's like a symptom of it. It's like on the surface, like if you're stressed out, you drink alcohol, but it's actually not the alcohol that, it's actually the stress that causes you to drink the alcohol, not the alcohol that causes you to drink the alcohol. And that kind of thing. Like my willingness to want to succeed, all these things cause me to drink the coffee, but all those stresses and the coffee also does damage to your heart and can cause the inflammation. And I think it was just the sign that my body was just telling me that, and it's okay. Probably what I'm thinking, it's okay just to let go. And I've been noticing too, like, I was working on my website, and I'm caffeine free, and I just sat there, and I just kind of just like, Eric, what is it that's causing me stress? That's making me want to go for the coffee? Why? Why do I feel stressed? I'm sitting here and I'm back to the creativity thing. Why is it that I'm having trouble, sitting here and I'm wanting to do the website? I'm like, I gotta create a website. Let me go get some coffee. I'm thinking this in my mind. That's what I used to do. And the reason why is like the coffee thing was coping mechanism for the stress. I'm stressed out. I feel like I have to push myself through something. So then I take the coffee. But then the coffee ends up putting you back into a cycle of loophole, because caffeine causes your body to experience a little bit of like low level anxiety. You might not feel it because if you're so used to drinking coffee every day, you don't notice it. But people who don't drink coffee, when they drink it, they say, whoa, I feel like I have a little anxiety. And so you feel a little bit of like low level anxiety. And the anxiety doesn't actually help with your creativity. It says in the artist way that artists think that anxiety helps them become more creative, but actually makes them more blocked. So then I would take the caffeine and I'll become more blocked on creating the website. Thus, vicious cycle. And I go back and get more coffee. And I was like, bloody hell. And so this time around, caffeine free, and I sat down. I was like, I'm just going to see him. No stress, relax. I just sat here. I was like, until something comes up, I'll just play around with the website until something comes up, right? Normally I wouldn't do that, but I have to move. And I just sat here, and eventually things start coming up, and I actually start creating on the website. I actually was proud of myself at the end of the day. I was like, wow, man, I actually did some stuff on this page. I actually did some stuff. And I was actually pretty excited with myself on that. And I think that's what's starting to come up. But it's like I'm getting revealed little secrets, little by little. It's not like I'm getting all the information at once. It's like little tidbits here and there that I'm receiving, breadcrumbs. That's kind of like slowly kind of like guiding me a little bit to where I need to be. And I think that's kind of like what I've been experiencing and receiving from all this.
Right. Wow. No, that's amazing. So Eric, how do you feel about doing some meditation? What if we ground for a moment? And
yeah, that'd be good.
I might ask you some questions. Feel free if you'd like to respond during, or if you want to wait to the close of the meditation and then you can respond. It's up to you.
Okay. All right, cool.
Okay. So let's get comfortable in our chair again. Keeping our spine straight, but not too rigid. You're free to close your eyes. We're going to start again by taking a few deep breaths, feeling the body expand and feeling the body contract. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Just allow your breath to return to its normal rhythm. And as you feel your feet pressed against the ground. I want you to imagine a cord that stretches from the top of your crown all the way down your midline, down your spine. And this cord now reaches into the earth, going deeper into the ground, like roots of a tree, reaching further and further into the earth, reaching the earth's core. And allow this cord to wrap around the core of the earth. Let it wrap once, twice, and a third time. And I invite you to feel this connection to Mother Earth, just feeling the warmth, the loving energy of the Earth's core. And now that we're connected to the core, I ask that you call any emotions, any anxiety that you have within your body, allow it to float down this cord and into the core of the earth. Let the molten lava receive these energies. The earth can transmute these energies. And any pressure that you might feel in your body, in your chest, or in your mind, allow this energy to flow down your grounding cord and into the core of the earth. Any thoughts of the past, any thoughts of the future, just allow them to pass down the cord into the core of the earth. Just take this time to feel this present moment. Now I invite you to imagine a bright golden sun directly above your head. And this bright, luminous ball of light is a representation of your energy, your divine consciousness. Let this light fill up and be bright with your energy. You can recall your energy into this golden sun. And when you're ready, you can invite this golden sun into your body through your crown. And let it slowly enter your body. And let this sun rest in your heart space. Just feel how good it feels to have your energy return to you, resting in your heart. And now, I invite you to imagine a mirror directly in front of you. I call on you to gaze into this mirror. And I ask you, what is it that you see. When you feel pressure, pressure to succeed, pressure to accomplish, what image comes to mind?
Somebody who's like stressed out, you know, maybe maybe not necessarily in control.
Mm. And that stress, not being in control, what does that feel like?
Mm, it feels like tense, kind of like heavy, like
Mm.
tight, like constantly your body's flexed on guard.
Do you feel that tenseness, that flexing from within, or does it come from external sources?
It comes from within.
And when you look in the mirror, who do you see?
See myself, but then I also see somebody who might be a little detached. Like I'm looking into the mirror, but I'm not exactly looking into the mirror. Like I'm not really looking at me because I'm detached.
What is causing you to be detached?
I think it's the feeling. I'm feeling that, and I'm new to this now, it's just being relaxed. And the feeling of being relaxed is a feeling of just being open.
Mm.
And I know that feeling of being open is the open feeling of creativity and everything like that, and inviting things into your life. I know that. But knowing is one thing, and doing is another.
Mm. Now, if you were to take this tenseness, just bring your awareness into your body. And let's start at your feet. So bring a sense of calm, ease, and relaxation. Just allow the muscles in your feet to relax. Just melt into the floor a bit. Now bring that awareness into your calves, your shins. Just allow them to relax. And rise your awareness through your knees, your thighs, your hamstrings, your hips. Bring your awareness into your stomach. And as you rise, just letting all of your muscles, all parts of your body ease and relax. And rise this awareness through your lower back to your upper back, your chest, your shoulders, down your arms, into your hands, and rise this awareness through your neck, your jaw, your nose, your eyebrows, your forehead, the back of your head, and your entire skull. So allowing your entire body to release this tension. Now I ask you to gaze into this mirror again and tell me, what is it that you see?
See someone who's at peace, that, it's that understands that nothing is, it's either good nor it's neither bad. Everything is just the way it's supposed to be.
Now let's bring our awareness into our heart. I would like us to take 3 deep heart breaths. We'll inhale through the back of our heart, and we'll exhale through the front of our heart. Let's inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. So tell me, how do you feel?
Super relaxed. you know, it's like, I don't know, it's almost like I can't put my finger necessarily on it, but it's like there's always this kind of will, like deep down, something in me that's telling me to go. I don't know. And that, or to like perform. And then, and I know that some performings, you need it because, you can imagine if I was gonna try to get people to sign up for my meditation coach and I was like, all right, do you guys want to do it or not? I mean, that's not motivating, right? You kind of have to like, kind of like push yourself a little bit to be enthusiastic about it, like share your passion. And I am passionate about this stuff. And so I understand you have to kind of do that, show that passion, not suppress it. But then at the same time, it's kind of like, you want to do it through the natural means, like of just being relaxed. And what keeps popping up in my mind is because, I'm a martial artist. So what keeps popping up is martial artists, like the real good ones, the ones who are like masters, they understand this. They understand that you go from relaxed, and then when it's time to attack, then you explode, right? Boom, you accelerate, and then you go back to relaxed.
Hmm.
The whole time is just relaxed. Boom, accelerate, then back to relaxed, right? And that's it. But your baseline is relaxed
Hmm.
in martial arts. The baseline is relaxed. It's only when you tense up when it's time to react,
Hmm.
to defend, and then it's back to relax. And I think that's That's what I need to understand. It's not attack, 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 attack. Right? It's not like that. My baseline should be relaxed, not coffee, 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 coffee all day. Attack, 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 attack. Tense up all day, right? It's just relaxed all day, and then when it's time to perform, then perform, and then back to relax. I think that's what Sora does with coaching. Okay, ground yourself before, after your coaching session, call back your energy, ground yourself, back to relaxed.
Right.
And I think that's what I'm taking away, really with this is that it's okay to be relaxed. Relax is actually better. That's really, the martial artists are the best, at this stuff. And if I come about it, my life, in a martial artist way, I think I'll feel more centered and feel like, that this has more structure on what I'm doing.
Right.
I think that's it. And I think my approach is going to change on everything else.
Right. And what are some of the ways that you can see your approach changing based on this understanding that you now have?
Good question. I could see that I already cut the caffeine out, so which is the big thing, because that wasn't helping. And then I can also see that if I feel like that tension coming up, like I start to feel a little bit like stress, like if I'm doing something, I'm like, man, like I was thinking about it, like yesterday, I had to fill out some like paperwork for something, and it's in Spanish. My Spanish is terrible. I'm like, shit, I'm gonna have to translate all this, send documents like my ID and all these like information and all that stuff, and I have to send it, attach it, digitally sign it, and all these things. And as I'm thinking about it, I'm getting stressed out because then it's in Spanish and I have to translate it and then solve it and then send it out. And I was like, God damn it. I'm thinking about this. And I'm like, this sucks. And I'm getting stressed out. Right. And so I'm like, and I was telling myself, okay, Eric, relax. Right. Let's just do it. Get started. You're a creative person. You're going to figure it out and you'll figure it out fast. Don't put pressure on yourself. I ended up finishing it like literally like, I don't even know, maybe 15 minutes. And I was thinking it was going to take me like 2 hours or something. I was literally thinking that, because once I translated what she wanted, it was like stupid stuff. I was like, because I didn't understand it. So I thought it was going to be complicated stuff. And ended up being like, a lot of them were just like yes and no answers. I was like, oh man, I don't stress myself out about that. And so I think that, if you come about it, like in that, like just being aware that the stress is happening, it could take the tension off. And not only that, when you take the tension off, you kind of perform better. And then when you perform better, then it's kind of like a cycle of relieving that stress, because you're performing better and you're getting things done better. And you're like, oh, wow. And then less stress because you're doing better. And so, and then if you're stressed out, then you perform crappy. And then you're stressed out because you're performing crappy. And then a vicious cycle all over again. And so I see it applying to my life in that fashion, that whenever I approach a situation is just being aware of my emotions that's popping up, and not to try to change it through like an outside medium like coffee or any kind of like stimulants, because that's just going to make the situation actually worse and accelerate it.
Right.
From my experience. And just to be compassionate. I think Stuart talked to me about that. Eric, can you be compassionate with yourself when you drink coffee? Right? Yeah, like, can you be compassionate with yourself when you drink coffee? And I was like, yeah, I can be compassionate with myself when I drink coffee. Right? and but I get it. I get what she was trying to say. Like, can I be compassionate with myself in this process of letting go of the coffee, but just letting go of the feeling of having to, always accomplish something in a specific time period or this.
Right.
think that's what she was really trying to get to the heart of, is that I put a lot of pressure on myself to do this and that. And then because of that, then I reach for the coffee, and then that just makes it worse. And then I'm back
Right.
again.
Right. Yeah. Compassion. It's
Yeah.
a simple but a very powerful tool. When
Yeah.
we
I think
give
the Dalai
ourselves.
Lama talks about that crap all the time. And I'm like, what
Yeah.
is he talking about? The universe revolves around compassion? I had no clue what he was talking about, but I kind of getting it.
Yeah.
I'm kind of getting it. It's like those
Yeah.
breadcrumbs I was telling you about earlier.
Hmm. Yeah. I mean, it sounds like you're not just seeing, but you're receiving a lot of
Yeah.
different messages, and those
Yeah.
little breadcrumbs are coming in, and the more they come in, and the quieter and calmer that you are, the more that you can actually receive those different messages and
Yeah.
understand them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting too. Like, I was thinking about when we were meditating
Hmm.
about how you end up closing off, right? So like if you do like these stimulants and things like that and wanting to perform it, you actually end up closing yourself down.
Mm.
It's like you get on guard and you
Hmm.
don't realize it. Like you do, you kind of, because you're stimulated, you're kind of like more vigilant, and you're kind of on guard, like your body's tense, and you're kind of almost like more protective. And so you're kind of closed off to actually receiving anything.
Mm.
You're less likely to receive insights and creativity. You're less likely to be more attached to your emotions, because if you're taking stimulants and you're getting all anxious and things like that, obviously you're not really attached to you're not conscious of your emotions, because otherwise you wouldn't be taking it, because that feeling doesn't feel good of being like anxious. So then you also close off from that.
Right.
And that's what I've noticed, is that it also, this whole process is like, Eric, it's okay to open up, let go of the caffeine,
Mm.
let go of the stimulants. These things close you off. Maybe that's comforting for you to be closed off, or detached from people. In my position was, I was running a company, I had my own company. I was executive of that. And then, I was in corporate America, and it was okay to be detached. It's actually rewarded
Mhm.
to be detached from people. It's rewarded. And if it wasn't rewarded, I don't know. I don't think I would have been doing the caffeine.
Mhm.
If that wasn't rewarded in this kind of system of this life, I don't think I would have been. Right.
Right. Right. Well, like I said, I can definitely feel the shift in energy,
Yeah.
and you being more open and receiving this information and this knowledge and being able to accept it.
Yeah.
And by being open, by being in a place of flow, you'll be even more empowered to be able to help your clients to reach that state of flow and be able to receive messages and understanding from the universe and from everything that's happening around them. So why don't we close with another grounding? Let's receive some energy, some universal energy. And let's call another golden sun directly above us. And this ball of light is going to be filled with compassion, with gratitude, with a sense of ease and calm, a readiness and willingness to accept the messages, understanding, and sense of peace that the universe has to offer. And when you're ready, you can open your crown and allow this golden sun to enter your body and come into your heart space. Now I invite you to allow this golden sun to expand and encapsulate your entire body, your entire aura. Feel compassion, flow, ease, and calm within and without, all around you. And this can be your natural state of being. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. So, Eric, thank you for joining me. Thank you for allowing me into your sacred space. I believe you've come to a lot of your own realizations, and that is the power that the universe has to offer for us, is all of these messages and understandings that we need truly come from within us. When we allow ourselves to be open and we allow the energy and knowledge to flow, then we can be ready to receive it. So I call on you to continue to allow the knowledge and the energy to flow and feel that sense of peace, calm, and compassion. Okay. So until next time, thank you, Eric. We'll be here again soon.
Okay.
Okay.